Shalom, brothers and sisters. When you read the Bible, we find out that there was slave trade, which used to happen many years ago. And also, history tells us that there used to be slave trade, where people will be taken from one country to another, and they were sold as slaves. And they will work in fields, in houses, in companies without payment. Maybe the only thing they'll be given is food, shelter, and at times they'll be given clothes or uniform. After some years, slave trade stopped. For example, those people who are taken from Africa to America, there was a time when this slavery was stopped. When Israelites were taken to Babylon, there was a time they returned back to Israel, though not all of them. Nowadays, there is still slave trade, which is, according to my opinion, worse than the former. During those years, people were physically enslaved. The only thing they can do, maybe they can change the names of their slaves, because the slaves now will be owned by their masters. But there is what you call mental slavery. People who think that they are free, but in real sense, they are slaves. And it comes with discouragement, because those times when they were slaves, those years, some time back, they knew very well they were slaves. Their children knew very well they were slaves, even the offspring. But how can you tell somebody who has mental slavery, who is mentally enslaved, that is a slave? In fact, you can cause trouble, because mental slavery can mean that this person has been totally changed. His or her mental capabilities has been changed. They believe things which are false. And this thing has been done deliberately to continue enslaving people for generations and generations, or forever if they don't wake up. But the good thing is that people are waking up from this mental slavery. For example, like the black people, some still up to today believe that white people are superior, white people are small gods, or white people have a superior god. They believe that they black people have a lesser god, which is a great lie, because history has been changed, and because of the sins of our former fathers, even some of them didn't understand their history. I can give a very good example. When this year 2022, when Queen Elizabeth II died, we saw President riding in a van. This has bring a lot of trouble in media. So my question is, who said that president cannot drive in a van? So they have been put in a situation that Africans or some of these countries believe that their president should use helicopters, their president should use private jets, even if they are going a very short distance. This is mental slavery. Even a president can ride a bicycle when he wishes. There is what we call wastage mentality. When families who have been brought up by slaves, their parents who believe that their masters are really says they are slaves, they used to believe that, or they believe that there's certain food which belongs to rich people. So when they get money, they ensure that their children eat certain types of food which are imported. They cannot prefer to eat food from their own region, from their own countries, because they believe that what is from another country is better, which is a great lie. And that's where people get diseases. A person can eat candy tomatoes with preservatives, and the same person refuses to eat fresh tomatoes from his or her own farm. That is mental slavery. If you are ruled by a slave, for example, maybe you have governors presidents, senators, member of parliaments, MCAs, that is members of county assemblies, or any senior person. And this person is a mental slave. He can build a toilet. Maybe this toilet costs maybe $500. This person can use millions of dollars to go and launch such a small project, having convoys of vehicles, having convoys of helicopters, just to launch, because they believe that's how masters behave. Not knowing this is wastage culture, not knowing this is causing more trouble, misuse of taxpayers' money. Who said if you build a road, you go and launch with whole battalion of people? People have been taught never to appreciate their own, even the names. They can never give their names to children, the names of their own country. They believe that maybe European names are better. Maybe Western countries' names are better. So that name sounds like a celeb. That name sounds like a rich person. That name sounds wealthy. This is a great lie. You can give such a name to your children, but still, it doesn't work. You're a slave. Even language. People believe that when you speak French, when you speak English, when you speak Chinese or a foreign language, which is not yours, you look superior. And some believe it. Some teach children in school that without speaking German, without speaking French, without speaking another language, you're a slave. That is still mental slavery. They believe that when you have a little money, some few millions, you have to be given a VIP status. Misuse of taxpayers' money. Being humble is not easy. And to become humble, it needs to be encouraged. Even some motivational speakers, some teachers, they think they are masters, but in real sense, they are slaves. They are mental slaves. They want to teach people how to be house slaves. Remember, there used to be house niggers and field niggers. The house niggers are those slaves who used to work in the houses of their masters. The field niggers are those slaves who used to work in fields, to work in sugarcane farms, in cotton farms, in corn farms. So these field niggers used to teach, or are now teaching, the field niggers how to be the best house niggers. So in short, they are telling people how to be the best slave, not the best masters. If you look at even our politics, look at our political analysts. Some of them are totally mental slaves. They don't know. Somebody can wake up and start quoting how Nelson Mandela was doing. Reason is because the media taught him about Nelson Mandela, but he never searched, or she never searched about Nelson Mandela. He cannot tell you a reason why Nelson Mandela was a president and majority of South Africans are still squatters. He can tell you why Robert Mugabe was a president, and later when he wanted Zimbabweans to have land, a lot of sanctions were given to his country. Because even these political analysts, all these professors, not only in politics, even in school, some of them are slaves without their knowledge. Some of them will quote French Revolution. They cannot tell you exactly what happened based on spiritual knowledge, but they only tell you what they are taught in university, what they are taught in schools, what they are taught in colleges. So, God says, my people perish because they lack knowledge. Not because they don't know God. They don't know God, yes, but they lack knowledge. We need to search knowledge. And God will always help us. Apart from reading the Bible, it's good to know the history. And the knowledge, the truth, will set us free. And may the Lord bless you.